We talk to players, and almost all of them say it's their speed. For you, is there something else that really defines this group?
Well, I think they frustrate teams a lot by their system in the neutral zone, and I think if you're not prepared to put pucks behind and use your speed to try to outrace them, then you're in for a long night and a lot of turnovers, and that's where they capitalize on their offense and their skill and their speed. So a lot of it is the neutral zone here tonight. If we manage that well and get some ozone time and make them stop in their zone and play down there is what would be a big key.
It's a very different team, obviously, than what you saw in San Jose. But I wonder if there's something you can point to with your group that one thing that's really stood over the last couple of games that you can apply to your group, not necessarily your opponent.
Well, we like the start of the last game. Obviously coming out of the gate, with Lindy's line there right off the hop. So starting the game is important. When you play teams like LA here tonight, you don't want to spot them goals and chase the game after that. So again, on the road, first periods are really important. And I thought we did a good job with managing the puck for the most part. And playing and making D turn and giving ourselves a little bit more ozone time. And like the other night, the big thing is staying with it. We get off to a good start. We let teams back in by mistakes that we created, and but we found a way to win and pick up points, and that's what's important on the road right now.
Guys, this morning we're talking about kind of opportunity here too, just knowing where LA is and obviously this road trip all in division, kind of a sense of opportunity to maybe make up some ground here tonight too.
Yeah, they've been a playoff team for the most part of this year. So they've been sitting there, and we're chasing it right now. So if you want to catch those teams, you got to beat them. And I'd like to say the players know that it's a good opportunity tonight to play them in their rink, and build on this road trip. But like we say, if we want to be a playoff team, we got to. These are the games that you want to look back and say that you picked up points and found a way to win them. So big game tonight for us.
It feels like Elias Lindholm has really elevated his game in the last little bit. What have you seen from him?
Well, it's amazing. He is a player that when he plays well without the puck. We all know he's a really one of the top centermen in the game for two-way type players and all that. But when you say that, people probably go, well, what's that mean? It's face-offs, winning them, the compete level there. And I think he's really recognizing that these games right now before Christmas are really important, and they're sitting there, and he's got to be a leader and produce offensively and defensively. So face-offs in there is battle level, plays without the puck and all that. And when he plays well and smart like that, generally the offense comes and follows. And so he's been more of that complete player, I think, in the last few games.
With the changes in the offseason, like, is he in more of a take charge role on that line or on his line, or did we just not give him enough credit for being a take charge guy last year?
Well, he's kind of more of that quiet leader kind of player, Like he's a player that goes out and plays, and by the way he plays and by example is how he leads. He's not going to be your rah kind of guy and all that. And I think that's what you're seeing right now is how he's playing on the ice. Is now he forces guys and brings guys on into the games and into the battles and makes them accountable and play the right way and be effective and all that. And so that's where he's been very effective in getting his identity right there is the way he's performing on the ice.
With the Christmas break around the corner, what do you do to sort of make sure that these guys, the professionals, I guess, they look at the schedule and they look at the calendar and everything else, but the idea of keeping the pedal down before the break with two really important games, how do you kind of keep them to the task at hand?
Well, I think that's where the players have really done a good job of recognizing that. You see on this road trip where they've they're committed and they're focused and they're dialed in, and I think they see that hey, we got these two games, and then it's a little bit of a break, couple of days off. But I give them credit for they're pushing right now. That they found ways to get the wins in the last couple of games, and now they got to find a way to do it again tonight. So they know that it's still we got two big games to pick up these important points. So they're not. Well, they know where we are. We're still pushing to get one of those top, those playoff spots. So they've, they're pushing each other right now.
I was going to ask you quickly about your blue line last two games. There's guys kind of in and out. The one constant been, you know, Rasmus and Noah. And
Yeah.
I know plus minus, some people will take it, some will not. But just about, you know, what you've gotten from those two guys and maybe their consistency.
Well, you know, they're lugging a lot of minutes, you know, and you know, when you do that, you got to really prepare. You know, we ask a lot from them as far as 5-on-5. You know, they kill. They're on power plays and that. They play against top players. So you know, the big thing is how they're playing right now, and with the injuries and different combinations back there and different personnel. You know, it's so important that you can have a pair that you can really depend on and key points of the games, you know, and against key players. And they've accepted that, you know, recently where they've really elevated their game like that. And because they're out there so much, it's important that they do produce. So they've been a big part of a couple of wins, you know, recently there for sure.